Here's a shocking fact. Did you know that there are certain creatures in nature that actually eat their own waste? Yes, you heard that right. Take rabbits, for example. These fluffy, carrot-loving animals are known to consume their own feces. Why, you may ask? Well, it's not because they've developed a peculiar taste for it. Rather, this rather odd behavior has a practical purpose. It's all about nutrition. You see, rabbits have a unique digestive system. Their diet, which primarily consists of plants, is quite hard to digest. So, to extract as many nutrients as possible, they pass the food through their system twice. The first time around, the food comes out as soft, partially digested pellets called secatropes, which the rabbits then consume again. This helps them to extract the maximum amount of nutrients from their food. But before you start thinking that this might be a good idea for humans too, let's just stop right there. The human digestive system is vastly different from that of a rabbit. Our bodies are designed to extract all the necessary nutrients from our food in one go. Our waste, therefore, contains little to no nutritional value. In fact, it's filled with bacteria and other harmful substances that our body has deemed unfit for consumption. That's right. Consuming our own waste is not only unnecessary, but it's also dangerous. The harmful bacteria present in human waste can lead to all sorts of health problems, from mild stomach upset to serious infections. So, why are we discussing this rather distasteful topic, you might wonder? Well, there are many misconceptions and myths out there about human waste consumption, especially in survival situations. We're here to debunk those myths and shed some light on the science behind waste and its potential risks to human health. While it might be nature's way for some creatures, it's definitely not the way for us humans. Let's dive into why. To understand why consuming our own waste is dangerous, we first need to understand what waste actually is. Our bodies are like a complex factory, constantly working to keep us going. And like any factory, there's a process to handle what's useful and what's not. The useful stuff gets used up and the leftovers or waste get expelled. Let's start with feces. It's the body's way of saying, I don't need this. This waste product is primarily composed of undigested food, the stuff our bodies couldn't break down and utilize, along with a mix of dead and live bacteria. You heard that right, feces is teeming with bacteria, both good and bad. These microscopic organisms play a massive role in our digestive system, but once they've served their purpose, they're shown the door via the rectum. Now, let's talk about urine. It's not just water with a dash of yellow. It's a cocktail of water, salts, and waste products from our kidneys. The kidneys are like the body's filtration system. They work tirelessly, filtering about 120 to 150 quarts of blood each day to produce about 1 to 2 quarts of urine. This urine carries away the excess substances and metabolic waste that our bodies don't need. But here's the thing. These waste products are not meant to re-enter our system. They're waste for a reason. Our bodies have spent energy and resources to expel them. When we talk about consuming waste, we're essentially talking about reversing this process. We're taking these substances that our body has worked hard to get rid of and putting them right back in. It's like trying to cram the garbage back into your fridge. Not only is it counterproductive, but it's also potentially harmful. Our bodies are designed to get rid of these substances, not take them back in. So, the next time you're faced with a survival show anecdote about drinking urine or eating feces, remember the science of waste. It's expelled for a reason. When we consume our own waste, we're essentially reintroducing these unwanted substances back into our system. Now, this idea might seem outlandish, but let's take a moment to understand the potential risks involved. Ingesting human waste, whether solid or liquid, is not just an unpleasant thought, but it's fraught with health hazards. Chief among these are bacterial and parasitic infections. A prime example is E. coli, a type of bacteria that naturally exists in our intestines. However, certain strains of E. coli are harmful and can cause severe abdominal cramps, bloody diarrhea, and even kidney failure. Similarly, a parasite called Giardia is commonly found in human feces. If ingested, it can lead to giardiasis, an infection that triggers symptoms like nausea, cramps, diarrhea, and weight loss. But the risks don't end with bacteria and parasites. Our waste is a cocktail of toxins and byproducts that our body has deemed unfit for use and eliminated. When we consume this waste, we're essentially forcing our bodies to deal with these harmful substances all over again. So, how does the body react to this? Well, the body has a built-in defense mechanism to fight off these intruders. The first line of defense is often vomiting. This is the body's way of expelling harmful substances before they can do much damage. However, if these substances make it past this barrier, the next line of defense is diarrhea, which is another way for the body to rid itself of toxins. In more severe cases, waste consumption can lead to serious illnesses. These could range from gastrointestinal diseases to life-threatening conditions like septicemia, which is a widespread infection caused by bacteria entering the bloodstream. To sum it up, consuming your own waste is like playing Russian roulette with your health. It's a dangerous game where the odds are stacked heavily against you. For these reasons, consuming your own waste is not only gross but also a serious health risk. It's a practice best left untouched, not just for the sake of taste, but for the sake of our health and well-being. You might have heard stories about people drinking their own urine to survive in extreme situations, but is this really a good idea? Let's take a closer look. The idea of drinking urine for survival has been popularized in movies and TV shows, often showing characters stranded in the desert with no other source of hydration. But the truth is, this is more myth than fact. Urine is indeed mostly water, about 95% to be precise. But the remaining 5%? That's where things get dicey. This small percentage is composed of waste products that your body has worked hard to expel. These include toxins, excess salts, and other substances that, if reintroduced to your body, can cause more harm than good. Drinking urine in a one-off situation might not be immediately harmful. The kidneys will work overtime to filter out the waste products, leaving you with a sense of temporary relief. However, if you continue this practice, you're essentially re-ingesting the same waste products over and over again. This can lead to a dangerous buildup of toxins and salts, causing kidney damage, heart problems, and high blood pressure, among other serious health issues. Moreover, urine is not a reliable source of hydration. In fact, it can have the opposite effect. The high salt content in urine can make you even more dehydrated, exacerbating the very problem you're trying to solve. Drinking urine as a survival strategy also overlooks the mental and emotional toll it can take. The psychological impact of such an act should not be underestimated. It can lead to feelings of shame, distress, and even trauma. So, despite the tales of survival against all odds, drinking urine is not the life-saving strategy it's often portrayed as. It's a risky, harmful, and ultimately ineffective method of staying hydrated or nourishing your body in a survival situation. In short, drinking your own urine is not a viable survival strategy. So, we've learned that eating your own shit and drinking your own piss is clearly not a good idea, but what should we do instead? Well, the answer lies in safe practices. The most important thing to remember is sanitation. It's not just about cleanliness, it's about health. Wash your hands thoroughly, especially after using the toilet and before handling food. It's simple, but it's a powerful way to prevent diseases. And let's not forget the importance of clean water. Our bodies are largely made up of water and we need it to stay hydrated and healthy. But not all water is created equal. Drinking contaminated water can lead to a whole host of problems, including diarrheal diseases and even death. So always ensure that your water is clean, boil it, filter it, or treat it with chemicals if you have to. And remember, when you're out in the wild, it's safer to drink from a fast-moving stream than a stagnant pond. In extreme situations where clean water and food are scarce, your survival instincts might tell you to do things that you wouldn't normally consider, like drinking your own urine or eating your own feces. But remember, your body got rid of these for a reason. They're waste, not food, and consuming them could do more harm than good. If you find yourself in such a situation, it's crucial to seek medical help. There are organizations out there like the Red Cross and Doctors Without Borders who specialize in providing aid in crisis situations. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. They're trained to help in exactly these kinds of scenarios. And remember, survival isn't just about making it through the day, it's about making it through in good health. So, don't compromise your health by resorting to harmful practices. Instead, trust your body. It's a finely tuned machine designed to keep you safe and healthy. In the end, it's always best to trust our bodies and respect their natural processes. After all, they're designed to keep us healthy and safe.